In this video, I'll break down the behind the scenes of creating an urban analysis diagram, focusing on the connection between a building and its neighboring park. However, the context of a building is often more important than the building itself. In this situation, the site's context is the city. But what is a city? Usually when you think of cities, you immediately think of tall skyscrapers that dwarf the individual. Buildings are a big part of cities because they provide homes, offices, opportunities, experiences, goods, and services. But for a building to be successful, it must complement its environment. Thus, it is important to understand what makes a city successful and unsuccessful. A big factor in the success of a city is its roads and transportation systems. So vehicle movement was the first thing added to our diagram. We didn't build our cities, they were inherited. Most cities in use today were built during the Industrial Revolution, when our predecessors were excited by the newly invented mode of transportation, cars. They were so focused on integrating cars into the city's design that the experience for people was disregarded. Today, this has created many issues. Pedestrian circulation was the second thing added to our diagram. Comfortable areas to walk are important for the well-being of pedestrians. Often, when someone isn't in a hurry, they would prefer to take the scenic route to their destination, even if there is a more direct option. Scenic routes usually consist of open spaces, peacefulness, and nature. These paths are more enjoyable to experience than a thin and exposed sidewalk next to a loud and polluted highway. Other things to consider when creating an urban analysis diagram of a specific area are the access points. How do people enter and leave the space? The amount of nature. Is it a concrete jungle or near a beautiful garden? Then significant landforms and open spaces, such as the waterfront, may influence how people move throughout the city. An unreliable and inconvenient public transport system is the most common factor in making a city unsuccessful, thus making people car-reliant and ruining the experience of pedestrians. The problem here is the motorway directly next to the building in the park. The most direct path to get to the park is an exposed, narrow sidewalk under a dark bridge. This route is uncomfortable, so people prefer to take the long wait times to cross the road and walk over the bridge instead of under it. And that's the behind the scenes of an urban analysis diagram. Don't forget to follow for more architectural visualization tips and tricks.